Titan House 2, we're back with some of the strongest men and women on the planet.
A strong man converting to arm wrestling? I mean, how cool is that?
Absolutely, man. It was amazing just to walk into that room, see Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall.
The strongman characters pose the most threat to the elite super heavyweight arm wrestlers.
Incredible human beings.
Unlimited potential. The strength is undoubtedly already there.
My first experience of seeing arm wrestling on TV was Arm Wars.
Arm Wars, James, Neil, they invited me.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, you know, to be here for us is pretty cool.
And this is a great opportunity for Eddie and Brian to become better arm wrestlers, because that is their end goal.
Brian's proving right now it's a bit of a nice retirement from strongman, because you can't do strongman forever.
But I don't want these guys to be flash in the pan. In the Titan House 2, Rob Frampton, Rebecca Roberts, Lauren Charlet, Eddie Hall, and Brian Shaw. That's quite a collective.
The Titan House is awesome.
Bringing them into the Titan House, training them properly.
I think there's some stuff what they teach me as well while I'm sitting watching this. I didn't know that.
My mindset shift has been, okay, I have to put arm wrestling as a priority.
What I know mostly about arm wrestling and people coming to arm wrestling, they rush to the weights too quickly because that's the only measuring tool.
So everything that I'm doing in the gym is to complement what I'm doing on the table and not the other way around.
There's thousands of levels in arm wrestling.
It's easy for me to look this sexy. Easy.
Arm wrestling is a strength combat sport.
Having that strength background is good, but to start with, it was actually detrimental in arm wrestling.
What you do on the table doesn't matter if you're super strong, if you're not connected at all, you're not able to apply it.
So I think they're in a privileged position to get taught on that level.
Now coming to things like this and learning from these top guys, I'm starting to learn how to actually arm wrestle.
You excited, Brian? Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm very humbled by, obviously being here and pulling, but also really honoured to, be part of them and, call them friends, really.
An amazing experience for guys like myself and Rob, and we're very grateful that we get the opportunity.
We're gonna have fun, learning, getting on the table a little bit, being great, getting after it and being great, learning great things.
You need a lot of knowledge, you need a lot of table time. Arm Wars is providing both of them.
We've got a massive opportunity with some of the best strength athletes in the world here. On day number 1 of Titan House 2, he'd flown across the Atlantic, arrived, grabbed some food and went straight into theory sessions.
Yeah, I just walked in the door, a little bit fatigued and tired from the flight, but I'm also very excited.
10-hour flight just to train for his match.
You don't get 4 times world's strongest man for nothing.
And a couple of days to work with one of the most promising strength athletes that the sport of arm wrestling has ever seen. The fact of the matter is that the man who is the very, very best arm wrestler in the world is not as strong as you.
Yeah.
He simply isn't. End of.
Yeah.
But he's stronger here.
Sure.
And he's stronger at arm wrestling. Yeah. And that's who we're chasing.
So if I'm gonna have that as a goal, I better be watching what I'm doing and trying to figure out where I can improve.
Yeah. So we've got to let go of everything else and just get your efficiency high, then we're talking. Sure. He wants to try to get as much out of this as he possibly can, because he wants to go to the top.
It's a very unique thing to try to learn, and then also a very unique thing to try to master. Everybody's built different, everybody moves different.
We're going to try to make it so you are arm wrestling elusively. You're actually the strongest man in the room. We're going to teach you to arm wrestle like the weakest man in the room.
All of the power is there, it's just trying to put it together. I think Neil understands that better than anybody does.
Is arm wrestling about power or about technique? And the honest answer to that question, it is about having enough power to make your chosen technique effective.
If he can switch gears from strongman and everything he's done in his life to arm wrestling, oh my God.
Dev's obviously a friend and he's a good guy for you to train with in that respect, because size, scale,
sure,
is real. He's a genuine heavyweight, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
He's strong enough to contain you and allow you to work, which is great.
Yeah.
And the other thing is he's not a
sure.
So he's gonna not hurt you. If you got hurt pulling Devon, you'd have hurt yourself. He's not gonna hurt you. We want to get you so that when you're training, whoever it's with, you have a very clear appreciation of, I'm not gonna push myself to win the match so much. I'm going to try to win the match with the least possible effort. Because that's gonna, number one, increase efficiency, because you've got a result without having to rev up. And imagine then when you layer your power on it.
Sure.
So many records 4 times world's strongest man. You might think it's obvious why this guy's potential is so high.
Him coming into arm wrestling is fantastic, not only for arm wrestlers, but myself, obviously being an ex-strongman, but what he does and what he brings is fantastic.
The physical is not the most dangerous thing. Brian Shaw is highly professional.
And if he can buckle and kind of screw all the technical bits together that Neil was going through, I think he'd be a real force to be reckoned with.
Concept of height is king is going to remain very, very constant in your training.
The stature, the presence they bring, it's fucking amazing.
The length of his levers, the palm and everything.
This man is one of the biggest, most imposing, intimidating strength athletes ever to cast a shadow on the sport. Now when you are moving, you are climbing and gaining, till you get an insurmountable advantage, stupid advantage. Then you can get in and on it.
I have been interested in arm wrestling for quite some time. Back when I was doing strongman, it was impossible to train for arm wrestling and train for strongman.
Wherever the match moves on the table, we want to have a situation where your shoulder is at least on line with the hand and wrist. One of the things that we'll look at in a minute is the position of the shoulder for your arm wrestling right now. This man is a chosen one.
You know, trying to get accustomed to the position that you need to be in.
If you've lost the position on that shoulder, you lose any opportunity to, number one, use your upper back, and number two, to drive the direction of the arm wrestling match.
Okay.
Neil came in prepared. He had the whole match, Mindaugas and Giannis ready, and he was showing specific parts of it, and they were prepared for all of it.
And it's fun for me to learn, you know, to start kind of at the bottom and start to work my way up, and it fills my competitive cup, and I love that.
What can we see here? Drive chain, relationship. See how it's exactly spot on here?
Yeah.
So that's in connection with this primary weapon. Absolutely in connection. He's moving very uniformly in this area. And ultimately, that's what won him the match. He managed to disengage and create a drop-in. What you're looking at here isn't an accident. He's dropped that to create height here. However, he doesn't recover it.
So he would need to recover that.
He needs to recover it.
I think with arm wrestling, it's more understanding what I'm looking at.
That's a foul.
Elbow.
Yeah, got away with one.
Watching film is something that I've done with my training for a long, long time. It's something I started with and continued throughout my strongman career. It's something that I will absolutely do with arm wrestling.
Your arm wrestling read will improve and you'll see more from the good arm wrestlers. If you can see it, you may be able to understand it. If you can understand it, there's a chance these guys can emulate it.
For me, I think a lot of it is going back and watching some of the stuff and then listening to the breakdown of where the position was, how I could improve it, how I could make it better, maybe what I need to do a little bit differently. All of those things are great. So then you listen to that, you go back and watch it, and then you essentially try to apply it.
Like all things, a lot of this is not black and white, it's more grey, it's more nuanced. So if you're in a situation where you need to gain height on the hand, so you've sacrificed height on the hand, you can, at your behest, drop your shoulder momentarily.
And then come back
So
up.
Exactly that. It's the recovering the position quickly that's the thing. So if you're in a situation where, if we're in a match and you've got me into a more dominant position and I find that I'm underneath and my shoulder is up here and all I'm going to do is, there's no grip there, I'm just utilising body weight to do a job. And I think, shit, I'm not high enough. I can go. You see that?
Yeah.
See what I did? Yeah. Did you feel it? So basically, I've just dropped my shoulder, gained position, re-grip, apply back pressure. My back drops this arc, and then I repeat, rinse, repeat. Understand?
Yeah.
You see, it feels horrible, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
But imagine how that's going to feel when you're doing it.
Yeah.
No,
it's great.
That's with my puny human strength.
If I just went in an aimless direction and didn't really watch any film or really care about it too much, I would not be able to improve as quickly, and my goal is to improve as much as I possibly can.
You are inclined to hold on. So if I, for example, release my hand completely and just lean my body weight back into you, your natural inclination at the moment would be to hold.
Sure.
And we want to get you to a natural inclination, even if the man is much weaker.
Okay.
Kind of specifically if the man is much weaker.
Okay.
That your natural reset is, I'll do the same back. So when I do this at you, Brian, yes,
okay.
That is what we want.
And he is so often the strongest man in the room. And his natural tendency is to grab hold of something and not let go. This is a guy who's one of the strongest grip athletes of all time.
We're going to start to have a situation where this is doing work for you while this is free.
Makes sense.
And as the body weight is constantly being felt by your opponent, imagine you're in a strap, they would feel every ounce of your weight.
Yeah.
By utilising this part of the arm, particularly the inside edge of the forearm, slightly supinating and feeling the direction and flow of the match, it frees up the hand to move, arc and counter.
If you are not subscribed to Arm Wars, you are a bellend.
This is fluid, this is applied. This is applied, this is applied. All of this is there, and we're going to allow this to move. So everything from the wrist up is mobile. Starting to make sense?
Yeah.
Many guys believe that there's a set path and a set dynamic to learning how to arm wrestle. When you look at these athletes, you have to look at what do they do well, what do they do badly. He's a newcomer with massively high expectation from everyone watching, but he's a newcomer, and we've got to allow this guy to evolve and to develop.
There's a lot of components to get better at for sure.
Just there's my body weight, so that's applied, and this is all free.
Yeah.
Now, all I'm going to do is keep the same application of body weight, okay, and then I'm going to engage my attacking leg there, feel the difference, just in body weight, okay, and then I'm going to reposition that and re-angle, and it will be. See what I mean? Yeah. But this is still free, so I can gain height here.
Right there, okay.
Once I gain that height, I utilise that as a lever to put me into a different shape.
Got it.
It will create a bite from your opponent. They'll just try and get hold of you.
Interesting. Yeah.
So Brian Shaw is heavily invested in the sport of arm wrestling. He will talk to you about arm wrestling all day and all night. As soon as the lessons begin, as soon as you get on the table and you start to learn, you start to talk to him about the sport, you could hear a pin drop.
The pad is often the worst thing in the world because people become focused on that, and they become focused on the attack. They become focused on, to win this match, I'm going there. Yeah. The actuality of the situation is that might be exactly the opposite of where you need to go.
People watching at home, you might see some of the small, very insignificant looking movements that we're asking these guys to practice, to train, to emulate on the arm wrestling table. When you actually get onto the table and you try to do it, you may be surprised at just how difficult it is. You're talking about the theory of the movement, you're talking about the movement itself. When you try to apply it, it's slightly different because there's a guy on the other side of the arm wrestling table who's trying to deny every fragment of that.
So if we're in this situation and we've got a blocked scenario here, your arm is bigger, stronger, everything's there, what I may need to do is think, oh God, I've lost all of this, there's nothing there at all. So I need to get to a situation where I'm a bit more engaged in the match. So I release out of there, get more grip here, that's freed this up, and then from there, I start to look at more routes through.
Interesting.
You come out of that scenario, and by doing so, as soon as you felt me go into that, you would have a reaction.
Sure.
And at that point when you react, you'll become more weak. What can you see wrong with this position that you're in?
The main thing is the shoulder.
Okay. Anything else?
I think lower palm could be higher. Finger is not over, my index finger is not over his knuckle, so I could climb there.
Really good, mate.
Initial, and then probably if you look at the angle of my arm, open too far, I'm disconnected completely.
Very good. So, you're right on a lot of these points.
He's so professional. And as you're walking through some of this stuff, he can really see it and visualize it.
Notice how far across the table you've come. It allows him to drive his palm forward, palm you up. You have no recovery path. What I mean by that is, James, I need you.
Yeah, let's go.
Let Brian come over here. I'll illustrate what I'm talking about. So if James has moved right over this way, okay, now if you get hooked there, if he can drive forward on you by doing this,
yeah,
and that motion there is just, if Saray has more experience, where Saray should go there is actually there.
Okay.
Why is because, watch the angle it creates. Here, watch. I keep the back pressure with my body, so I'm just leaning my body weight back here.
Okay.
Okay. I just go, whoop, gained height.
Okay.
This frees up all of this, frees it up. From there, clamp.
Now you're good. Yeah, yeah.
Very easy. Very, very efficient. The other thing is if Saray hooks into you and starts to drag, palm is up.
Yeah.
No recovery at all.
Yeah.
To be in a situation to recover that, you would need to be there and that would need to be up. So if that comes up, now you're good.
Brian is a challenge. Like Eddie Hall, he's one of the guys that you really want to look at on a very personal level.
Roll forward, mate. Let's have a look at it.
Brian Shaw,
stop,
if built correctly,
okay,
can go all the way.
Once you gain the height and control of the wrist and hand, we're going to try to get so that this is always, even a strap, particular strap, is tracking up. We're walking and moving, walking and moving. The reason that that constant movement dynamic is so critical is because it denies balance. And in order to apply strength, you must have balance. It's like, you remember the deadlift analogy we used where you set yourself and then you start to move. Now, if somebody came up and cracked the bar and it was all over the place, wobbling, you couldn't lift anywhere near as much because you don't have the balance. And in any shape or form of arm wrestling, if you can make very small adjustments but that are felt by your opponent will always be less likely to be able to attack efficiently.
And I'm also going to show him matches featuring the most technically gifted arm wrestlers in the world.
What we're seeing from Giannis here is dropping low to gain height, recovering, dropping low to gain height, recovering. Constant repeat.
Try to again illustrate the minutiae.
There it was. And he also changes his direction slightly. See how he's constantly denying balance? Because his opponent is in a very static attacking space. He set up more of a structural block. And when he's in that situation, Giannis knows that what he's got to do is make sure that Mindaugas can't apply the full extent of that power. High, back, high, forward. And it creates another infringement from Mindaugas on his elbow.
Small, concise movements could unlock enormous potential.
The more herky-jerky, the less easy to time you are, the better you will become.
Got it.
If you can always disguise your timing, you're dangerous.
A great opportunity to work with Brian is when you can get on the table and show him little areas of weakness and then build straight onto it what he needs to do in order to shut that lane down.
Now, if you start to apply a little bit of strength in there and your opponent is moving, straight away it starts to, just make you feel more awkward and your hand becomes more and more accessible.
Sure.
That will work just the same to your opponent when you do it. So when you get into that situation, utilize all this size and body strength. Don't make it rigid, make it so it is constantly touch and pull out, touch and pull out, different motions, you know what I mean? You see, just by changing that, you feel otherworldly hard to deal with. It's incredibly tough to deal with.
I like that. Yeah.
How it works when the best guys in the world are under serious pressure.
It's right there. Watch it. You'll see it play out enacted. The balance between the two. Side pressure, back pressure, side pressure, back pressure. You'll see it constantly play out. See the adjustments with the shoulder and the body position. all seeking efficiency.
He will make a lot of notes mentally, and I'm sure that that will allow him to develop his style and his technique when he's doing the hard yards alone back in Colorado.
You'll feel the effect.
Got it.
And so will your opponent.
Love it.
The challenge? In the minimal time we have with Brian, to progress as many miles as we possibly can.
We're trying to get to a situation where you take so much advantage off that start, your initial movements are so significant that you create a path for your opponent to always be trying to catch you. So I've turned in order to give me, you never saw this, but it was there. So it's, you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
There. So you try the same thing, and as you do that, let your body fall in that direction. Better. More connection off this leg. Okay. And head up, look up there. Better. Better. You see how that felt more natural straight away as soon as you look up?
He's got every advantage that you possibly could wish for, the exception of one. And that may be time. We have to work as quickly as we possibly can with Brian and try to fast track him to the upper echelons of this sport.
It's a big, powerful movement, but that far.
Okay.
Going to the pad, it's just, I'm going to gain a huge advantage in the hand at that point. But you control it, you're not being controlled.
So Bogdan Stoica, first time as a guest instructor here in the Titan House. I love Bogdan, he's one of my favourite arm wrestlers in the world.
Yeah, Bogdan is phenomenal.
So all of the stuff that we're going through can be applicated at pace.
One of the things that Bogdan has started to refine is the press.
We'll go through this and break it down, all the disparate elements as we go through the weekend. But I want you to watch what's going on here. I want you to watch the body shape and the efficiency of the drive chains, the core, where the power is coming from, the efficiency, the twist.
His style of pressing will, in its entirety, be very different from where Brian's will evolve to. However, Bogdan is very good at breaking down the disparate elements of the movement.
Ready, go! Ooh. All right. It's good, very good.
And efficiently correct.
Yeah. Bogdan, it's my first time meeting him, and I've been very, very impressed with him overall. You know, his knowledge, what he's sharing with me.
You need the speed from here.
There. That's all you need. He'll look up and talk to me.
You got it all.
Now, you know, we both know at this point. Yeah, I'm f***ed.
And if you watch Bogdan, he creates momentum through height and from dropping height onto your arm. Brian Shaw has a lot of height.
His technique's already predisposed. He knows exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah.
So he then sets his body to make that movement super efficient.
Yeah.
Now, that was one style of movement. We're going forward and we're going into a press, and we're like a shot putter or a hammer thrower. We're spinning from that with the whole body momentum.
Sure.
This is the exact same thing, other way.
Okay.
All this twist is going to go that way, and he's going to try and get pronated, kick this into the match, all of this move uniformly back. Giannis is very aware that that's where the primary attack is.
Brian is clearly aware that he's going to have regressed to some extent. He's been working behind closed doors, but you pick up some bad habits, you pick up some good habits, and we need to re-refine, to re-polish.
No connection, you don't want connection, you want this free. Position, you're looking to stand everything up, okay? Either this way or this way. Two angles, you can come this way or this way.
I lose coverage.
Okay, now, if you do not show it, and yet you have that option, you can change from round to round.
Okay.
So if we're just slight lean into it, we're going to move an inch. If myself and Bogdan are mocking it out, if I can move like this, move like this. So it will be this, or this. Do you understand what I mean?
Yep.
If you've got either option, it creates more guesswork in you.
Neil Pickup is a guy that I have known now for a number of years. I actually talked to him at different strongman events about arm wrestling. There was some stuff that went down in lobbies of hotels, and I could tell initially that he had a ton of knowledge about arm wrestling, and this is before I knew much about his history with the sport of arm wrestling.
I'm a former multiple world champion who's retired. I no longer have a dog in the fight.
He has a wealth of knowledge. He understands so much about the sport and how to approach it, how to train for it.
And I love seeing how far people can go.
And so that's why it's so important for me to be around Neil.
If we can take the time to slowly, concisely, and diligently build this guy's understanding of the sport and of where he can be targeted, he can start to put together a wall that might be impossible to put down.
Remember we talked earlier on about timing and throwing in timing, sometimes one then another. Watch it in real time from both men. Watch the timing breaks. Watch them trying to throw their opponent's timing. Hit, resting point, then times one, rests, times one, rests. But he's given a pattern now, and that allows Giannis to start adjusting. So Mindaugas reads that and he thinks, right, okay, I need to be smarter. So let's try and double that same thing up. So as he moves his position, gets everything uniform, kicks that back up. There's one, there's another, and then a forward bump. See the different? You see the initiation?
Different combo, yes.
And he's trying to mistime Giannis.
So did he get to a spot he didn't like?
Giannis actually did a wonderful job of recovering and won that match in the middle of the match. He could have won that. He could have done that faster if he'd wanted. But he wants to put bleed and damage into Mindaugas. You cannot be too obvious read, not against a great puller. And both these are great. So he went, and immediately he did it, and he got a lot taken away from him. Mindaugas was very aware, oh my God, I was easy read. I went 1, 2, 3, and so his next attack, he did multiple movements to try to recover his position, but it was already over.
Titan House is essentially bringing together incredible strength athletes and exposing them to the sport of arm wrestling, teaching them how to do it correctly.
With his years of professional strongman, he absorbed himself in strongman, absolutely 100% to the wall, and he's going to do exactly the same with the arm wrestling.
What I have found, at least for myself, is getting into the sport, if you don't understand what you're doing, but you are very strong, there's things that can go wrong. Being calm under pressure and feeling out, where the positions are and where I need to be. I think that's another thing that's super useful, and I'm going to go back and look at a lot of that because there's a lot of components to get better at for sure.
First day with Brian Shaw, some really, really valuable stuff there.
I feel like I absorbed a lot. I feel like I take away a lot from this, and I'm really excited about that.
Big takeaway from this, can you remember and tell me?
Yeah, so my index finger needs to climb, lower palm needs to get higher.
Yep.
The connection of the drivetrain is just not there in that position. I'm over pronated.
Correct.
And then he has access to a lot coming out the bottom, but I have no way of defending it either if he accesses that.
Really, really good, mate.
I walked through some matches with Brian. I showed him live examples of different movement dynamics within matches.
It's getting everything to work together and connecting all of it.
The guy ran it till the wheels fall off. There's no lack of commitment. All the fans of the Arm Wars YouTube channel know that we're going to bring you the very best production in the sport. If you want to see the beautifully polished stuff that James pulls together and makes it an easy watch for you, then awesome, you're going to get that. But for those of you out there that want to go much deeper, you want to see every bit, the raw, the uncut, you want to be able to build your own game up, go back and watch it over and over again, you're going to be able to see this thing in its entirety. It'll allow you to ask questions, and we're happy for you to do that.
How familiar is this stuff for what you used to do in strongman? Did you look at a lot of your lifts back and break those down, or?
No, yeah, I filmed almost every training session. It's not out of the realm of normal, right? But it's being able to identify what you're looking at.
Yeah. For everybody at home, where you're looking at trying to point out elements that can be really efficient for you and increase your efficiency, incremental improvements, and that's what it's about. Small baby advantage here also that we've got fantastic arm wrestlers in the UK is a top 5 world milkshaker. We've been working with Eddie the last couple of weeks, and that's hopefully what's going to assist us in that.
One thing that's going to assist you greatly, you're talking like this was supposed to be a wrap up, not a full video.
Listen, all you need to listen. Peregrine Falcon.
So just like, all right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And sign us out.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, good. Very good.
We're in a castle in Blackburn, and we're sat in this really old room that smells like biscuits and lavender.
I'm not picking up on any lavender. A little bit of figure eight. Are you tight? Are you tight?
You what?
Are you tight?
Yes. What do you mean? Holy shit. Sorry.
That is bad.
Sorry.
What was that? Why?
What was that? Why? It was just a little burp.
A little burp.
With a bit of chili and stuff in there.
That's rancid. Honestly,
it was bad. No, that was my burp. That was the spice on the burger.
So everybody knows the Arm Wars channel. Motherfucker, I thought I'd turn that off.
Do it the other way. Yeah.
I need to stay off the glue. I'm going again.
It's that whatever was on that
Oh,
burger.
yeah, that's
It's nasty. Sorry, whatever was on that
That's
burger.
good.
It's pure
Rancid.
chili.
It's not brutal, that one.
Rancid.
You're making me blush. You're making me blush today.
That was a bad one, wasn't it?
All these horrible. All these compliments. Stop it.